Okay, all the checks have been done today. Oil, fuel is the main thing. Always check that first. Now I'm in the aircraft and about to fire up. So open Garmin Pilot. We'll go to checklists. Pre-flight's all been done before start. So we'll go through all this checklist and get it fired up. Which we don't need. Passenger brief. Rudder pedals are locked. Park brake is on. Green backup switch is on. Master is on. EFIS 1 is on, and all other switches are off. Circuit breakers are all in. Carb heat's off. Throttle is closed. Choke is on full. Flaps are coming up and coming up evenly. And that's correct and centered. Fuel selector is on the left. Fuel quantity reset, we have got 75, so we'll enter 75 into there and reset what to use. Go back to main, wait for AHARS to align, which it's done. And fuel pump comes on and litres per hour correct, pressure's coming up correct. Put the strobe on to let people know we're about to start. We'll close the canopy and clear prop. So, oil pressure's good. Just a little high because the oil's cold. Everything else looks fine. So we'll slowly turn the choke off. Should smoothen out. And as the choke comes off, the revs will drop. So we've got to increase the revs slightly, as we're doing here. And choke's all the way off. So just find a nice smooth RPM, about 2500. 2600, that's good. So oil pressure's good. Volts and amps are good. And then we'll turn all the switches on, which is good. We'll put our headset on. Check 1, 2. And we should have audio here. So let's turn the noise cancelling on. Is always a lot nicer. We'll get the iPad started. Put that in. And we'll get the phone put away. And the frequency's correct. 1267, and we'll monitor that. Get this going. And let's check to see if the information is coming through. So we go to EIS and we've got engine information. So that's good. So we're good there. I'll put the seatbelt on. So that's good. So frequency is correct, COM2 and Rostello correct. Transponders on ground, brakes are off, and green switch comes off. So now we've just got to wait for it to heat a little and we can get brakes, instruments and flight EIS. Okay, let's get it moving. We'll check the brakes, see if they work. Yep, that's good. And we'll just go on the taxiway. We don't need to call the taxi. We're a private airport but we will call when we're backtracking for departure on runway 34 by the look of it. Let's check the windsock again. Bit of crosswind, but I suspect it's favouring 3-4. We'll go through our checks, put the park brake on, make sure it holds. It is. RPM's pretty good. Okay, so trim. Going up. Going down. Centre. Going right. And going left. That's correct.
Chilling 1293, descend 5 star 4200.
Masters are on, mags are on both, prop is on fine, fuel check gauges we got left and right, and we got 35-36, that's pretty good. Fuel selector is on left, correct. Fuel pump is still on, and pressure's good. Flaps, we know the full range will go 10 degrees, and correct. Instruments, frequency, you know, that's correct. And we'll listen to, actually monitor Lonnie Tower, because there is traffic that comes out of Lonnie from the left here, quite low, but they quite often don't know we're here, so it's good to listen to that as well. And we're listening to Melbourne also. So our altimeter will set for the field, 1026, that's pretty high, 60 feet's correct. And we'll wind the backup one on. 1026. Switches are all on, they're off, correct. Controls, high right up, high left up, and down, and down, and up, down, and stir the porridge to make sure nothing's catching, which it's not. Carbeet's off, choke is definitely off. Hatches and harnesses are secure, that we're secure there, yep. Temps and pressures, oh, we're good, temperatures come up well. We'll do a fuel, that works. Autopilot's off, we don't need it at the moment. Transponders on ground. So now we do the run-ups to 4,000. And we're looking for a drop. That's good, 150, back to both. That's pretty good, little vibration but not bad, back to both. And we want to check to see if the carb heat will add more heat to the carby so that the throttle RPM should drop, which it does. And back up. Now we'll see if we can get to 4.6 without it rolling forward to do the prop. There's 4.6. Pull the prop back. There it is, and the next one should come in earlier, which it does, and smoother. And then we'll do an idle check to see if it idles. 1750, that's good. Then back up over 2000. I like to put about 2500. So that's good. So everything's fine. We'll put it on here. Okay, final checks. Flaps, mixture, pitch, fuel pump, trim. Brakes are off, gears down, cabin doors are locked. Correct, and set timer. And temps pressures are in the green. Rotax traffic, Bristell 9011, taxiing backtracking 3-4, departure to the west, Rotax. So now we'll just go into Oz runways on here. And we're looking good. Check the windsock, bit of crosswind but not bad. And the windsock, yeah, crosswind but not bad at all. So we are good. Oh. Slowly full power. There's static RPM, 10% pressures are in the green, airspeed is alive. 40, 50. And flaps can come up. And manifold pressure comes back. And RPMs come back. So revs are set, flaps are up, switches are good, temps, pressures are in green, airspeed fine, frequency is correct. Rostella and Tamar River traffic, Bristell 9011 is airborne at Rostella, tracking west, climbing 2,500, Rostella and Tamar River.
Caution, terrain, takeoff altitude. Caution, terrain.
Looks like your student's high-vis jacket is caught in the door.
Rostella traffic, Bristell 9011 is 11 miles to the west. 2,500 inbound, estimating the circular time 3.5 Rostella. So here we are on approach back into Rostella. We're 10 miles to the west, 2,500. We'll shortly be descending soon. The Garmin's told me vertical track means I need to descend at 500 feet a minute, so we'll do that shortly. We'll stay a bit higher. We're certainly well below the Lonnie steps, 3,500 we're coming up to now, so we're 1,000 feet below it. A little bit lumpy today, not too bad, but these little things do get bounced around a little, but this is a Bristell short wing version, which is a high wing loading, so they tend to handle the bumpy stuff a bit better. We've had some shocking weather down here in Launceston, Tasmania, the last probably week or so, high winds, and you can just see the atmosphere's not all that happy. So we'll just go down, tell the autopilot we want to go down to 1,500, we'll hit vertical speed, wind the wheel forward, and on the indicator it's saying 400 feet a minute. If we go to this one, a bit hard to see, but it'll show where we're going to hit the 1,500. Pretty clever. The speed obviously increases, so we'll pull the power back a little as we descend. There's the ding for 1,000 to go. These Garmin autopilots are amazing, but these aircraft are just incredible. It is just the most beautiful thing to fly, so well built, so solid. And like any aeroplane, you've really got to fly them properly to keep them in the air. Like driving a car, every car is dangerous unless you know how to drive it properly. Aircraft probably more so, because the most important thing about an aircraft is keeping it flying. It's basically, I say it's like surfing on a wave. You've got to keep the surfboard coming down the wave. If you go too slow, get the airspeed too off, you'll fall off the back of the wave and it won't fly anymore. We'll just kill the autopilot on this and we'll swing it around. It is a little lumpy here, but not too bad. 2,000 feet, we're still pretty high, so we'll push the nose a bit down, pull the power back. But yeah, it's just a matter of keeping the thing flying. Most important thing, airspeed, airspeed, airspeed. We'll keep a good eye out for traffic here. We do get a lot of Lonnie traffic coming up and down. Some of the aircraft don't realise we're a CTAF, so I'm listening on Lonnie Tower as well, which I think you just heard. So we've got to keep an ear out for those. But we're on 126.7 and Liney Towers 118.7, so we're listening to both. We've also got Melbourne Centre, which does get busy. Sometimes I'll turn it off once I get close to the airport here, because we're not going to get anywhere, any other traffic really, so we'll turn that off to keep it clean. 1700, circuit height here is 1000, so we've got 700 to go. And there's the ding to say 200 to go with the 1500. We'll wind that down to 1000. It's just smoothed out a bit, which is nice. Still keep a good look out. Most important thing, 1600, 110 knots. So we'll shortly do our landing checks. This thing hasn't got a it's got fixed undercarriage. I still do, a lot of people say, why do you do the call? But for whenever you do fly a retractable undercarriage, it's always a good check to memorise. So the downwind checks are basically the only ones I do memorise. Everything else is off the iPad or iPhone. So we'll turn downwind, still got 400 to go, so we'll push it down a tad. So here's the downwind checks. Brakes are off, undercarriage down and locked. Yep, we haven't got it, but it's down and locked. Mixture's rich, fuel pump's on. We'll check the pressure. Pressure's good. Fuel is sufficient and selected, correct. Instruments are in the green, switches are still on, and hatches and harnesses are still secure. So we're going well, 300 to go. Or make a call here, Rostella traffic, Bristell 9011, left downwind 34, full stop Rostella. Not much wind, we've got a bit of a crosswind, which these Bristells handle crosswinds beautifully. It's quite weird, you come in crabbed and then when you straighten it up, generally you've got to put your wing into the wind to stop it from blowing off the runway. This one, it just doesn't seem to.
Backtrack approved, clear to take off, make left turn.
Doesn't seem to want to. So we're still pretty high. We'll go a bit further downwind. Plenty of room here. No other traffic. There's 200 to go. We'll turn the flight director off. We don't need that anymore. We can see the airport, 45 degree from the downwind. We'll pull the carb heat, we're going to slow the power. And around she comes. Slowly pull the power, I don't pull it off fast. I don't want to shock cool the engine. And we need to get to below 75. There's the airport looking good, just bring it around. Power comes off, trim back. 75, there's 79, 77 flaps coming in, trim back. A little bit of power, I just like holding a little bit of power. I know Brett Anderson says take the power off. He does an Anderson approach, which is an amazing way to do it with this aircraft, but I still old school like to bring it in with a little bit of power. So we'll add some more flaps, we're going well. 70 knots, bring it around, trim it back. We're probably a bit high now. Brett will say power off, power off. Yeah, so very lucky having Brett Anderson as the rep for these in Australia. He is unbelievable. The questions that he takes, we're always ringing him up and asking him questions, but he is fantastic. Rostella traffic, Bristell 9011, final 34, full stop Rostella. A little bit of crosswind, it's crabbing to the left, but we'll straighten that up. Actually quite nice down low, but yeah, Brett is a amazing bloke. He does a lot for aviation, and he's got an amazing aircraft that he sells. So crosswind, we're full crosswind, 60 knots. Tells me arriving at Rostella. This is the Anderson approach. No power, 63 knots. These things stall at 40, so we're way above. And we'll just have to kick it straight in a minute. Power's off. Pitch is fine. Forgot about that, didn't we? Yeah, just a beautiful aircraft. Very lucky, and lucky to have this to fly into. Flaps are identified and retracted. The reason you say identified is so you don't grab the gear switch and pull that up instead. So flaps identified, retracted. There's some nice cows, but we've always got to make sure there are none of those on the strip. A lot of birds around here, which we've got to be careful, so that's why generally when we take off we have a little bit of extra speed in the ground effect and then pull up over the top of the birds, but give you a nice look at the cows, little calves, beautiful little things. Grass is starting to grow nicely here. So generally this time of year it gets cut once a week, maybe once every fortnight. But yeah, getting back to this aircraft, it is an absolute delight, and so strong. And but I certainly don't like flying it in strong turbulence. I want to, even though it'll handle anything, I just want to look after the aircraft. Park brake comes on, we'll pull the flaps down, trims go back up. All the revs are bared. All I do is take a photo of the engine hours, so I can fill that later. Back to that one. So I'll take that off. And shutdown procedure in these is switches all off first, basically right to left, and then we'll kill it and then turn the master off. So let's do that.